Turn it over now to Peter Smith, who's going to talk about the exciting things that have happened with the mountain bike club.
Great, great. Well, thanks all of you for coming. Appreciate it. It's great to see such a turnout for something like this in December. Yeah, that's amazing. So we're really quite proud of what we've accomplished in such a short period of time in creating mountain bike trails, and the club has grown substantially. For some of you who may not be aware, one of the things we wanted to do, all of us, we talked about preparing for this, was to let everybody know about this, the whole concept of the pod system. So what we have up here, as Dave mentioned, we have Campbell Field Pod 2, which basically, actually, if I could borrow your red light here, will I hurt myself if I use that?
It won't.
Okay,
Only
sure.
just don't point at airplanes.
Okay, what do I press? Right there, okay. So this general area here is what we call basically Pod 2, okay? And this has been the focus over the past year or so. We've done quite a bit of trail development in that area. The original Pod 1, is at the Outdoor Center, and you can see this is basically the trail map, of which if you didn't pick one up when you leave. There's some outside. So that's been our focus. There's also been trail work. Charlie's going to talk about this more, but over in the Poplar Stream Falls hut area. And there's the possibility of new development in other areas, okay, of which part of what we want to learn and hear from you today is your feelings, your thoughts about how much more trail you might want to see in this area, in that area. Do you like the pod concept? Do you want to have long distance riding? That's part of what we would like to hear from you today. So when we get to that part, please know that feedback is vital. As Dave mentioned, basically what we have created is we have a network now that is 80 miles, almost 32 of it is completely rebuilt or brand new. That's where the money has been spent. So when you think about it, we've got a lot of trail for $500,000. It's been absolutely incredible. And that is due to an incredibly productive paid trail crew, as well as a number of volunteers that have done work over this 5-year period. It's been well over 5,000 hours of volunteer work that's gone into doing this, which is pretty significant, and has helped create the world-class network that we have. So within each of these pods, and this gives you basically the breakdown. I'm not going to go over it other than to say that you can see that in Pod 1 we have approximately 35 miles, and in Pod 2 we have about 34 miles, and you can see what is new and rebuilt in each one. You can also see from this, we have a classification of our trails that we've classified them as green, blue, and black. So you get some sense of what the trail network that's in place now, what is classified. Now that's a loose classification, but one of the things that jumps out when I look at this is, wow, a lot in the blue category, not so much in the black and the green. So again, something else that we'll be looking for your feedback today around, hey, do we have enough black? Do we have enough green? Do you want more blue? That's stuff that we're going to want to hear from you about, okay? So those of you who have been out have seen the trail. Picture's worth 1,000 words. This is the tread within the tread. It's been within the Nordic trail system. People love that. Here's a picture of the Jabba the Hutt under construction, showing the kind of work that has to be done in order to create that. There's what the finished product looks like. It'll stand the test of time, I think, for quite some time. It looks great, rides great, and there's somebody riding the trail right after it being built. That's somebody we know. Here's some example of mechanized trail construction. I think this is over in the Sugarloaf Outdoor Center area. But again, we're using mechanized trail construction to actually build a trail, and it's what's making it cost effective. It's making great riding trails that we get to enjoy. And here's somebody riding on Oak Knoll, and those who have a chance to ride that can really know the quality of the trail that's being built and what that riding experience is all about. This is in your handouts. So again, all I want to do is simply point out that the existence of a club, of which CRNEMBA is, the germination that began in 2009. And in a short period of time, we've grown substantially. There's been a number of things that happened. In 2010, we created the board. Beginning in 2012, we held annual New England Mountain Bike Association, CRNEMBA Trail Fest. We've brought in the neighborhoods of 50 to 70 workers every year for about 4 years now to help build some trail. And they also get to see and build something that's quite special. And that's playing a big role in getting the word out about what our trail system is all about. There's a number of things that we're involved in. We help support the Carabasset Backcountry Challenge. This past summer we had a number of other activities and events that we held, including Kona Fest. So we are, as a club, getting more events and activities, but we're not the only game in town around doing that. We see ourselves as having a club, building the trail network, and hopefully others will take advantage of it. Again, visually, this is our best estimate of how our membership has grown. 2010, we had under 60. We're now well over 140. And my guess is that's probably short. We're not even through the end of 2015 at this point in time. That's probably north of that. But that's pretty impressive. Where do the members come from? You can see that most of them are from outside of what we would call the local area. Local area for us being Kingfield, Carabasset. We have some that are from outside of Maine, but you can see there's a big chunk of folks that are from central Maine and a big chunk of folks that are from the Portland, southern Maine area. Probably not surprising for those of us who ski and live in this area, but it certainly says something about where people are coming from. Our little piece on the economic part of this is simply to say that our small club has also played a substantial financial role. You can see that basically in 2015 we're estimating $72,000. Virtually 99% of this money goes towards trail construction. There's some that goes to events. And again, I think Dana would say we're probably a little north of this now because 2015 isn't done. The big thing I want to point out, Dave talked about the the L.O. Bean grant. Okay, there are individual grants. You look at this line right here. I am most pleased about. We have had unsolicited donations for folks. Some of you are in the room, and they said, "How can we help?" And that's just awesome. That's another way of supporting what we're all about. So that is it, Charlie.